If you know anything about security cameras, then you would have heard of the name Swann. Swann is a company that's been involved in producing home security products for many years. One of their latest products is the Swann Extreem wireless security camera. This product usually costs £179.99, but it is heavily discounted at the moment, and on the Swann website, you can pick it up for £119.99. Okay, so the price is right, but how good is this camera really? Well, we're going to do an unboxing, we're going to take a look at the specs and capabilities, and then mount one in my house overlooking my front door. But anyway, let's have a look inside and see what you get. Of course, we have the main unit. There's also a mounting stand and the mounting screws. There's a USB to micro USB charging cable, the instructions of course, and lots of theft deterrent stickers, which is a nice little touch. There are lots of them here, so there's enough for you to share with your neighbours, as this ultra wide angle view will probably catch their property in your view anyway. And as a nice bonus, there's a 16GB micro SD card included. This is a 100% wire-free security system. It is battery powered, but they do state that you can get up to 6 months of use out of its 13,200 mAh battery before you need to charge it again. This is a 1080p camera with a 110-degree ultra-wide angle view, and it has a PIR sensor with a range of about 8 meters or 26 feet. Despite that huge battery, it is relatively lightweight and weighs just 350 grams, light enough for it to use a magnetic base mount. This is the part that you screw onto the wall. It is extremely light and can be fastened with just one single screw. It is supplied with both wood and masonry screws depending on what type of material you need to fix it to. There's also some 3M sticky tape there that I think you could probably mount this and stick it upside down and it would be fine. But it is possible to install it more permanently and supply it with power via the micro USB port. This small widget is designed to replace the existing USB cover so you can supply power while still keeping it protected from the elements. Under here you also get a separate speaker grill and mounting point. On top you'll find a little tab with a button that says set. These rubber tabs are very well set in and are actually quite hard to get out, but that's not too much of a bad thing because you know that it's keeping it dry underneath. Up here you'll find a micro SD card slot which will accept cards as large as 64GB. Now you might be thinking, how can a system record for up to 6 months and only have a 64GB card? It is able to last as long on a single charge because it uses the heat and motion sensors to detect movement, and when that happens, that's when it will trigger the recording. So it will only record for a certain period of time as the event is happening. But even then, each clip or event that you capture will only be a couple of megabytes in size, maybe 2 or 3. So I would say 64GB would be enough. So let's get it powered on and go through the setup.
Ready for pairing.
First thing to do is to download the Swann security app for iOS or Android. Once you've registered your email and the location of the device, then it's pretty straightforward for you to follow the instructions and pair the camera with the app. Name your device and you're ready to go. But it's here that you'll be offered a generous, I would say, 90-day free trial of the Secure Plus cloud storage service. Advantages of subscribing to the plan are 60 days of cloud storage, an extended warranty of 36 months instead of 12 months, a more detailed notification when events do happen, and an insurance protection which will cover you for a replacement unit if yours is stolen. There are 2 different plans to choose from. There's extra if you have a single unit and unlimited if you have more than one. A single plan starts from £2.99 per month or £29.99 for the year, while the unlimited plan will cost you £8.99 a month or £89.99 for the entire year. But anyway, enough chat, let's get it installed and check it out. So I've got it installed. The picture quality on it seems, as you would expect from this type of device, it's not going to be incredible, but it is definitely detailed enough for you to be able to see details like number plates and things like that. It's just working how you want it to work. You don't want this kind of intrusion into your life all the time. You just want it to be there to protect you, to record everything that's going on around you just in case something happens. So what's nice is you have different modes here. Home is for when you have people in the house, so you might not necessarily want your indoor or your outdoor camera always notifying you every time somebody walks past the camera. So you will still receive notifications, but the detection range is set to short. Night mode will set the sensitivity to far, and it will arm all the cameras that are not in common thoroughfares. And then there is away mode, which will arm all the cameras all the time. There is two-way communication, and the microphone is able to pick up sound from about 5 meters away, giving you the ability to scare off intruders by shouting at them or at least letting them know that they are being watched. But if that doesn't work, there is a siren on board as well. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Pocket-lint. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like, leave us a comment, and I'll see you next time.